YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video, back in the installment of Speculation Saturdays. So I have a line of Funko Pops I want to suggest for you guys this week, and also talk about a few different topics that I think are important as well. So let's get right into it and see my thoughts. Here we go.
Listen, been in the game for a minute, clocking in because it's time to get down to business. Stunting is a habit, on me I'm good at it. Asking around town, I'm known as the Popsavage.
Alright guys, before we get into this video, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit subscribe button down below as well so you're updated to my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So just before we get into the Funko line I think you guys should pick up this week, just want to kind of talk about a few things. Just definitely, if you didn't notice, I didn't do a video last week, and that was for 3 reasons. 1, because I just needed the break. It takes a lot of editing and time to come up with these ideas. 2, I felt like the segment needed the break, just because I don't feel like, everyone wants to know what's their next get-rich-quick thing a lot, especially even with Funko Pops. They want to know what pop, it's going to be up there in value and, Grail in the future, and there's not always one, and that's why I try to space these out as much as possible, and I just didn't see anything that was kind of like a raging buy, definitely had to pick it up for any reason. And 3rd, I just think the sentiment has changed recently with the Funko, in the Funko community. I just feel like we kind of needed the break from something like this, and to kind of address that real fast, and that's what I wanted to talk about before we go into today's suggestion. It seems like the sentiment for Funko Pops has changed. A lot of people seem to be, not as interested in the moment in Funko Pops, and, I'm seeing people's views are tailing off, definitely less views than before. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about quitting Funko, getting rid of their collection and things of that nature, so it just didn't feel like the time to be necessarily a contrarian and say that, no, I think they're going to go up in value. It kind of let the market kind of settle down, and wanted to give you my thoughts about that as well. I don't think anything really has changed long term as far as my outlook with Funko. I think a lot of people are experiencing that sentiment about not being as excited about Funko at the moment because of pre-orders. I think pre-orders has absolutely killed the momentum that Funko has had recently in the last couple months. And to me, that's just a temporary issue. I mean, there's a lot of temporary issues that kind of kill hobbies, but I think as long as Funko handles it the right way, and hopefully they do, I think that, the excitement will pick back up. And the reason why I believe that is every single time there's a release that Funko puts out, people get excited about it. So it's not like people aren't interested in it, they just hate the wait as far as when they order it to the time it gets to their door. So long term, I still believe in Funko Pops having increased value, definitely being highly coveted collectibles in the future. And that's why I've always talked about on this channel, in this segment, about if you're buying Funko Pops, always buy what you like, because if it goes down to 0, at least you have something you enjoy. But also, if you're looking to buy it to invest in its value for long term, it is a long-term investment. I don't think there's any Funko Pop that's going to go, skyrocket in value significantly. Sometimes we have this happen, but the majority of them, any Pops I've suggested in the segment, or any Pops you've seen that, are featured on like Serlent Pops as Pops on the Rise, they're long-term things. They go up in value over time. So I do believe that anytime you're watching this channel for this segment, you know that if you're buying it, it may take a year or 2 or even more before it's increases in value. But I think when I suggest these Pops, I'm letting you guys know there's a catalyst in the market that I think is going to make it go up further. I think the market's going to dry up as far as available inventory, and then as time goes on, that's what makes the value go up. So I definitely would strongly urge everybody out there to be patient. The problem with shipping delays and stuff is not, exclusive to Funko, as most of you guys probably already know. But I think that's what's killed the momentum with Funko recently, is those pre-orders. I have pre-orders that I don't remember what I've ordered, and they come in, and I'm surprised that I even ordered it. And I think that's kind of what's killed the momentum for Funko, but hopefully that's a short-term issue that's resolved soon, and then we're talking about next year, things being back to normal. So hopefully that kind of eases somebody's concerns out there. And I just felt like that was something we had to address before we talk about Funko Pops increasing in value in the future. But I do have an entire line that I think you guys should pick up. Again, something I think there's a catalyst that's going to make it go up in future. I don't think they're going to reprint these for any reason or reproduce them for any reason. They're all vaulted, and that line I don't have any, which is a completely surprising thing because I actually been buying the comic books. I have a couple different copies of the comic book for this reason, and that is the Fraggle Rock Funko Pop. So Fraggle Rock was I guess it's a spin-off of the Muppets back in the day. It was a Jim Henson property. I thoroughly enjoyed it as a kid. They did a lot of crossovers with the Muppets as well. They had their own TV show. And the Fraggles are being rebooted by Apple. Apple actually has put on Apple Plus or whatever their premium service or their streaming service is. A couple of different Fraggle Rock specials, I think some episodes as well. And then in 2022, they're going to be rebooting the series as a new show. And I think that's going to introduce this property to a whole lot more audience. It's probably going to be a kids-friendly show, which is going to allow the kids to, grow up with the Fraggles like we did. And also, it's going to reintroduce it to an audience that's already was familiar with the Fraggles. So, it being a spin-off of the Muppets, I think they can have the same kind of trajectory that the Muppets Pops do. Most of the Muppets Pops are pretty expensive. There are, a few outliers, but for the majority of them, they're pretty expensive. And none of the Fraggles are expensive at all. Even I think it's a 4-pack or 5-pack that's available is only going for, let's see, $95. So for a 5-pack, it's $95. That's, I'm gonna try to do some quick math. It's $15 a pop. I mean, that's pretty cheap. It's flocked and it was a Funko Shop exclusive. So that's the most expensive get-in for the Fraggles, and all the rest of them are very affordable. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Fraggle Pops you can choose from. I don't think you can go really wrong. The most expensive individual pop is actually the Sprocket one, which was a Toys R Us exclusive, the dog from the show. He's only $29. So I can definitely see these pops being future Grails in the future when this show comes. Again, it's going to come out in 2022. They didn't really say a date from what I saw, so you definitely have some time before people, probably catch wind of it. But definitely something I would pick up before it's too late. $29 being the most expensive get-in, when the Muppets Pops, the ones I have up there, like Dr. Teeth and Swedish Chef and all those are, $100, $200 pops right there. So I'm not saying it necessarily might hit that mark, but it being even half that price is a long way to go from $29. So I definitely think that's a Pops line that you want to pick up. I don't see a reason for Funko to produce any of these Funko Pops for the TV show. They're most likely going to look exactly the same from the 80s or 90s Fraggle Rock iteration as they are going to be in 2021. I don't see them making a different kind of Fraggle. Maybe there'll be a new character and that one will be released as a pop, maybe, but I don't see them reproducing those. So I think these are the only Fraggles that you're going to be able to get. And even if they do introduce new characters, these were the original ones, and I think they're going to be the more desirable ones for the people who are our age that have the disposable income to buy stuff like this. So definitely a pop line I think you should get. If I was going to pick a pop to pick up, I don't think any of them are a bad buy. You got common ones like Gobo going for $9. So I think that's it. You can't go wrong. Anytime I suggest a $9 pop, I feel if you're interested in that property, you should just buy it. $9, the most I think it's ever going to go down to is $7 and you lose $2. The potential of not having it, or the losing opportunities not being involved with buying a pop like that, there's more potential on the upside than there's on the downside. I think you definitely should pick that one up. But the other two pops I think are definitely winners are the red with Doozer flocked one from BAM. The reason why is that's a store exclusive, so a lot of times they're more limited. It can go one way or the other. Sometimes the Commons Pops are less produced than the store ones, but this is back in 2017 this came out. I don't think they were producing as many as they are today, so that pop is more likely to be limited than some of the others, and it's flocked, so I think that one's pretty cool because it kind of looks like that Muppets Fraggle look. And the other one I would suggest is that Sprocket because it's a Toys R Us exclusive, so that one definitely is not available anymore because there's no Toys R Us, at least in the US, and that also was from 2017. So those two are probably the more rare ones, but all of them are pretty cheap. They're not really expensive at all. Most of the commons, and most expensive common is Wembley. He's only $17. So that line in general I think is a win. I would buy the whole entire line. I don't know if I necessarily would buy the 5-pack. Just because it's $95, in order for that to go up and double in value, it has to get to $190, as opposed to buying that $9 pop, it doubling in value goes to $18. I think you're better off going with that. Buying more than one, you know, if you want to, you know, take a bigger risk. But that line in general, I think has a lot of potential, because I definitely think that show is going to take off. Most Muppets properties are done really well. Even the reboot they did from ABC a few years ago, I really enjoyed it, even though it got canceled. It was still a very, very good show, and still shows on Disney Plus today. So that is all I have for you guys today. Just wanted to talk about the sentiment of the market, and also suggest that Funko Pop line that I think you guys should get to your collection. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, I really do appreciate you guys watching these videos. I don't plan on getting off YouTube and talk about Funko Pops anytime soon. I know a lot of people have talked about that as well. That's, as long as it's fun for me, I'll continue to make videos for you guys, and I really do enjoy it, and you guys keep me going, so I appreciate your support. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Check me out on my Instagram at ThePopSavage. You can stay connected there too. I do have a lot of fun plans, fun things planned for the week coming, so definitely stay tuned and check that out. And thanks again for watching, guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.